Welcome to another Chainlink update. Like always, make sure to check out our YouTube memberships and our Patreon if you want access to all of our charts and if you want access to our daily Discord updates. And yeah, right now we don't really have much going on, but people keep asking me to make a video about Chainlink, so I think it's time to do it. Of course, there's not much that has happened since my last video. However, we did react to the 0.786 support level right here, and I cannot confirm that the low is in because we obviously do not have any kind of 5-wave move to the upside. We are still below the 200-day moving average right here, and we are even below the bull market support band as well. And also we just had a cross on the bull market support band, so like I said many times, it's likely that Chainlink actually drops below $12, and I think that could actually happen in the next couple of days. Now that will only happen if we do not start QE on March 19th. So as you know, the Fed meeting is in like 3 days, and right now the market is just waiting for it. I think that if we do not start QE on March 19th, the market could be looking at a much bigger drop, and that could bring Chainlink all the way down to like $8. And of course, that's the worst case scenario, I know, because many people are expecting QE to happen, but what if it doesn't? And what if Chainlink gets another low right here before we actually continue with the third wave? Also keep in mind, getting another low is not bearish, it's actually okay, because this will just turn into a much bigger ABC structure for the second wave right here. So the third wave will still remain valid as long as we stay above the support zone right here, which is between $8.89 and $6 and let's say 87 cents. So yeah, but keep in mind the invalidation zone for the whole 1-2 setup is still this low right here, which is at like $5. So you should be okay in the long term, but like I said, you have to be careful, and if the price goes lower, it's okay. But yeah, we did react to this support zone right here, so who knows. Right now what we need to do is get back above the 200-day moving average, and that's at about $16.66. Of course, it's gonna keep going higher or maybe lower, who knows. And then after we do that, if we do that, the next target would be above the bull market support band, and that's at like $20. And then if we actually manage to do that, I think that we could actually form a 5-wave move and complete the fifth wave of this big 1, 2, 3, 4 setup. Now keep in mind, this is a diagonal setup, so we cannot really trust it, and that's why I think Chainlink will drop more. But who knows? Now if you look at the Ethereum chart, and the Ethereum chart is very important because whatever Ethereum does, the altcoins usually follow, and of course not all of them do, but Chainlink seems to have followed what Ethereum did. So if we drop to like the 0.786 support level here, because we did not really react to the 0.618 support level, then it's likely that Chainlink will drop like, let's say, about $8 to $9, because if Ethereum drops to like $1,400, the whole market will drop, and maybe this will not happen, but like I said, we need a 5-wave move up to be able to confirm that the low is actually in, and right now we don't have anything. Now of course the reason for this is Bitcoin dominance, and I've been talking about Bitcoin dominance for so many months now. I'm just tired of it, and of course everybody's tired of it as well. We are just waiting for a big wave move to the downside, and I think this move to the downside will still happen. This move happens every single cycle. Here in the previous cycle, it started in March and it ended in pretty much June. And in the previous cycle before that, it started at the end of February and it ended in January of the next year. So, yeah. Now, of course, you could say that this right here is the true low, but keep in mind, this right here was the, real altcoin season. Whatever happened after that was not really an altcoin season. It was just some other altcoins going up. And yeah, what we need to do right now is do something like this, and I think this will happen because Bitcoin dominance cannot go up forever. At some point, we will break below the 0.618 support level right here, and yeah, we are using it as support right now. As you can see, we actually reacted to it like 2 times. It's no longer resistance, it's support. And it's likely that Bitcoin dominance still goes higher if we do not actually, start a bounce on the Ethereum chart. And I don't know if that will happen or not. Keep in mind, I'm also expecting Bitcoin to drop. So if Bitcoin and Ethereum drop at the same time, maybe Bitcoin dominance will not go higher. Maybe we just go sideways, and this is actually very bullish. And I've been saying this for many months now. I'm expecting Bitcoin dominance to still go sideways until the end of March. And so far we have been doing exactly that. We have been going sideways since February, and right here in the previous cycle we did the exact same thing. We went sideways in February and in March, and at the end of March Bitcoin dominance started going down. you have to keep in mind though, during this time we were in QE and right now we are not. So if the Fed meeting, does not do anything, and if we do not start QE on March 19th, maybe the altcoin season is not going to happen right now. Maybe we just have to wait a couple more months. Of course, I do not really want to see that because the altcoins cannot really afford to wait a couple of months, but it's likely to happen, but I'm not looking forward to it because it could be a very boring period. And keep in mind, if the altcoins are not at all-time highs by the end of June, or actually no, by the end of May, then Bitcoin will most likely drop at the end of May, because in every single cycle it dropped like here, it dropped like 55%. In this cycle, in 2017 cycle, it dropped like 40%, and in the 2013 cycle, it dropped like 80%. And all of these drops happened at the end of May, or by the end of May. Some of them actually happened in April, so please be careful. Now, of course, maybe you could say that the drop we are getting right now, which is this drop right here, could be this much bigger drop, and maybe you are right. Maybe the drop right here actually started earlier than in the previous couple of cycles, and maybe right now we are just waiting to get it over with, and then we get to new all-time highs. However, if that's the case, I think Bitcoin will only get another high after this, and then we go into the bear market, and that will not be the best case scenario. So what we need to hope for right now is that Bitcoin and the altcoin market finally wakes up and gets to like $140,000 by the end of May. Then we drop in the summer, and then we get above $200,000 by the end of the year. Like I said, my prediction for Bitcoin is still $255,000, but I mean, every single day that is starting to become less and less likely. So I don't know if that will still happen, but I'm going to stick to my prediction and I'm not going to change it. It's probably going to be wrong, but who knows? Maybe Bitcoin will just start going up like crazy all of a sudden. I mean, that's what it usually does. It did it here, it did it here. I mean, it did it every single cycle. So I think we are still looking for new all-time highs, but if we get another low right here on the Bitcoin chart, and if we drop like $69,000 to test these lows right here, it's not going to be the end of the world. However, if that happens, I think Chainlink will drop as well. And keep in mind, the main target for the third wave for Chainlink is at about, let's say, $105, and I think this could still happen if Bitcoin dominance actually starts dropping. So the next target for Chainlink is up here, and yeah, it's above the previous all-time highs. It's like 2x from the previous all-time highs. But yeah, I mean, this is how Elliott wave works, and if we do actually hold support in the second wave right here, the next target is $105. I know that sounds insane, but it's not really insane when you think about it. And when Bitcoin dominance will drop from like 62% all the way down to like 40%, I mean, this will trigger a very big altcoin market explosion. So we are waiting for that, and I know I've been talking about this for many months now, and I'm getting tired of it as well. But it is what it is, and I mean, Chainlink, I'm still expecting it to break all-time highs because it's respecting support levels, and it's actually looking very good. So we'll see if we actually form a fifth wave right here or not. The main target for this is, let's say, at about $35, and then we still need an ABC down, and then I mean, we could finally start the third wave of the third wave. So we'll see what happens. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, make sure to check out our YouTube memberships and our Patreon if you want access to all of our charts, and if you want access to our daily Discord updates. Like, subscribe, and I will see you in the next one.